Good morning friends and welcome to the pre-market view. Global setup is quite positive. US markets were up about 0.45 to almost about 0.6% despite some of the data not being so positive. European markets too were up anywhere from 0.5% to almost about 1.75%. In fact, the European markets are at all-time high of 15 years. And when we look at the Asian markets today morning, Nikkei is marginally down. However, Hang Seng and Shanghai both are up 0.5 to almost about 1.25%. And SGX Nifty suggesting that we are going to open up about 10 odd points. Overall, our markets has shown a lot of resilience despite the fact that the earnings season is going to kickstart where the expectations are not so great, but it is helped by strong flows during this financial year, even starting from January onwards. So even on Friday, we had a positive flows by the FIs in the cash market to the tune of about 368 odd crore. However, in the index futures, there were sellers to the tune of about 215 odd crore. And the domestic institutions were sellers to the tune of about 168 crore in the cash market. On that note, let me invite our F&O expert to take you through important F&O cues and ideas that we can have from the derivative side.
Good morning friends, let's have a view on derivatives. After 5 days of continuous rally, the Indian benchmark indexes witnessed a consolidation on Friday's trade, as market participants remained on the sidelines ahead of IIP data which were supposed to be announced on Friday in late evening. As we have seen that market started the session on a flattish to positive note, but it was oscillating between positive and negative there in multiple number of times. We have seen that Nifty made a low at around 8770 levels, and from there it recovered sharply and made a high at around 8823 odd levels, and finally ended the session on a flattish note at around 8811 levels with a negligible gain of 0%. But in this period, we have seen that marginal long positions were built up by market participants as open indices increased marginally by 0.27% from 1 crore 99 lakhs to 2 crore. Approximately 55,000 shares were added in open interest. Along with the cost of carry is decreased marginally by 0.47% from 6.49% to 6.46%. Also, Nifty futures premium decreased marginally from 32 points to 31 odd levels. Along with Nifty, many other stocks have added long positions on Friday's trade, like Voltas have added 12% long build-up, Wockhardt Pharma have added 13% long build-up, Tata Global have added approximately 10% long build-up, also Crompton Greaves have added 7% long build-up. On the options front, PCR is up by marginally by 1%. It was closed at 1.08 level, which is clearly indicating that put option has seen good build-up than call option. On Friday's trade, we have seen that put option has added approximately 13 lakh shares in open interest and call option has added approximately 9 lakh shares in open interest. India VIX was down by 0.02% and finally it closed at 14.42%. In the options activity, we have seen that 8,800 call option has added huge number of shares in open interest, as initial number of trades market were trading with negative bias. So we have seen that huge build-up was seen in 8,800 call option, then 8,900 call option. Also in the put option, as in last hour of trade market recovered sharply, we have seen additions were happening in 8,800 put option. It has added approximately 38% shares in open interest. Then 8,700 call option has reduced marginal number of shares by approximately 3%. If market is able to sustain above 8,800 levels, we can see rally may be continued up to 8,900. If market is unable to sustain above 8,800, we can see the downside for the market towards 8,700 levels to 8,680 odd levels. On the bank period front, there are two securities in bank period. One is Unitech, second is Wockhardt Pharma, and FIs were net buyers of approximately 170 odd crores in future and option segment. They were net sellers of 214 crore index futures. The FIs have created short build-up by approximately 1% in index futures, and they were net buyers of 632 crores in index options. They were net sellers of 358 crore in stock futures, and they were net buyers of 109 crore in stock options. Our 5-day CWAP stands at 8750. Lower range for the market would be 8700, which can act as a good support on closing basis, and higher range would be 8900. Currently, Singapore Nifty is down by 3 points, which is at 881350. We may see a marginal flattish to negative start in Nifty futures today. That's it from derivatives. Thank you.
Friends, let me take you through Sharekhan pre-market action starting with trading ideas. First of all, a long call on Dr. Reddy's as the company has revised its guidance upward for the next year. They're likely to grow at about 20% due to the launch of 2 dozen products. So one can go long on Dr. Reddy with a stop loss of 3760 and a target of about 3850 to about 3900. Skipper has got order worth about 400 crores from Colombia, and this is for 500 kV transmission line tower, so one can go long there with a stop loss of 171 and a target of about 181 to about 188. L&T has signed an MOU with Ariba for Jetapur nuclear power project as a result of Prime Minister Modi's visit to France. So one can go long on L&T with a stop loss of 1739 and a target of about 1790 to about 1810. Jet Airways, positive news as the company has got approval to increase the $300 million cap for raising foreign funds for its working capital requirements. So one can go long on Jet Airways with a stop loss of about 475, target of about 492 to about 500. And Jindal, Adani Power, GMR have come under government scanner because of their coal block bids being referred to the Competition Commission of India. So one can short JSPL with a stop loss of 162 and a target of about 152 to about 146. In other news and developments, the IIP numbers came over the weekend and it came in at about 5% as against the estimate of about 3.6%, which is the highest in the 18 months. CISA Sterlite today has reported a decline in the production in oil and gas, zinc and iron ore for the financial year 14-15. However, the output of copper, aluminium and power business has grown this fiscal. Government fixes NACL FDI share swap ratio at about 3:8. ICRA cuts the rating of GMR's Chhattisgarh and Kamalanga units to D. State Bank of India cuts home loan interest rate by about 25 basis points for the new borrowers. The decks are clear for the IDFC to start private sector banking operations, as they're going to have about 20 odd branches to start with. HDFC has cut the retail prime lending rate by about 20 basis points, and it has said that it has got RBI clearance to raise up to about $500 million as ECB to fund its business growth. Fitch reaffirms Tata Steel's outlook to stable to improvement in the financial operations, and for Tata Chemical, Fitch affirms about BB Plus with a stable outlook. Sales of passenger car has grown by about 5% to about 1.87 million units in 2014-15 after a decline in the previous 2 years, which is good news for the automobile sector overall. CPI data for March 2014 will be out on 13th March, and consensus estimate stands at about 5.44 versus about 5.37 in Feb. Tamil Nadu Newsprint and Papers Limited is planning to set up a 30 megawatt power plant with an investment of about 150 crore, and according to an official at Zuari Group, various options would be weighed to hike the stake in Mangalore Chemicals. LIC ups the holding in NMDC to about 10%, which is valued about 5,440 crore, and Coal India finds a record 3.6 billion tons of resources. Here's the list of stocks with positive and negative bias. Stocks with positive bias are CISA Sterlite, State Bank and UBL. Stocks with negative bias are Mindtree, Hero Motor and Federal Bank. Stocks for investment that we like at this point of time are L&T, Aditya Birla Nuvo, Maruti, Atotech and Lupin. That's it from all of us friends. Have a great trading session and see you tomorrow at the same time.